Hello and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about the new John Lennon Mind Games remix that is due to come out very shortly. I'm all over the place with this. I don't know what to do. Well, I do, but I kind of feel like I need to sort of talk about it and, see how, I've got some mixed feelings on it. So I'll go through what I have, Mind Games wise. So on the left here we have the 2002 John Lennon Mind Games remix. On the right we have the 2010 remaster. Now, I listened to the both recently, and I love the original remaster, or the 2010 remaster. I love the mix of it. I actually really like it. I've got a good sound system. I've got an Onkyo, Mission speakers, wasn't cheap, so it's a good sound. It's a good balance. The speakers are good distance apart, and the separation's great, as is the 2002 remix. The difference for me is that the remix is louder, it's more amplified, and yes, it does feel like there is more space in the tracks and the recordings. Whereas the 2010 feels, people call it muddy. I don't want to, I think that's quite overused. I think it sounds warmer. I definitely think the 2010 remaster is warmer than the 2002 remix. But I do prefer the remaster. I love that sound. I love the fit. It's from the 70s. I want it to sound like the 70s. I'm happy with that. I don't need a remix to tell me this, that, and the other. I've been listening to the White Album, Beatles' White Album last night, the remix of that, and yeah, it's got a bit more punch to it. It has, no doubt about it. Probably the mono's my version, so, but that's a different video altogether. But today we're talking about the Mind Games situation. So I'm not going to review these in too much detail. That's not what I'm here for. I also want to talk about the new remix that is due to come out and the configurations for it, which I feel like listen, the thing for me is, will I be getting the new remix? Yes. At the moment, and it's very, very 99.9%, I will only be getting the 2-disc the 1999 version on the, I still can't talk, the £19.99p version. That's the version I'll be going for. I'm happy with that. That's good with me. But, as you will know, there are other two versions, or there's several other versions. There's vinyl. Not top of the list for me, vinyl. Vinyl for me is non-existent for me nowadays, because I think vinyl is... I used to buy vinyl years and years ago when it was quite cheap, back in the early 2000s, mid-2000s. And I was buying vinyl left, right and centre from HMV, Virgin, Arpa, all in places I used to buy my vinyl. And it was all very affordable, less than £15. Now you're talking 30 odd quid, probably 20, 30 quid for an album. I know there's different versions, there's, the coloured vinyls, this, that and the other. No, not for me. Not for me at all. So vinyl for me is a bit, it's nice to have, but no, I'm not going there. So what does that leave? That leaves the big box, the 6 CDs and a couple of Blu-rays. Would love a 5.1 mix of this. I love my 5.1. If anyone's seen my other videos, I've got 5.1 set up. I will love this in 5.1. I will listen to that. That, for me, is probably more exciting than a stereo remix. So would I like that? Yes, I would. It's currently on Amazon for £130. If it comes down to a really reasonable price, less than 100 quid, less than 70, I would consider getting it. I think that's a decent price for that sort of package. Yes, definitely. But these things at the moment are very expensive. I remember the Imagine one. I didn't get the Imagine Ultimate Mixes box set. I got the 2-disc, but I didn't get the big box set. And probably for the same reasons why I'm not going to get the standard deluxe version. Or I don't know if it's super deluxe one, because there is another version which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But the one that's pretty much been sent out to a lot of people is the 6 CD, 2 DVD, 2 Blu-rays. All the extra bits, all the extra discs. I think this should be just 2. For me, I'm kind of getting to that age where I just want the album and the odd couple of bits and pieces here, because it's only the album I'm going to listen to, and I don't know how often I'll listen to a remix, because these days I go to the original mix of an album. So I'm not sure where I stand with that. It's not essential for me. I'd get it. I'm interested if it's a decent price, just to put it on my shelf and go, oh, that's nice. So I'm not sure if it goes to less than £70. It's kind of like, could do that. Which leads me on to the big box. So the big box, as we know, is quite big. And it looks incredible. It looks so cool. You get the CDs, you get the vinyl, you get all sorts in it. Puzzles, books, you name it, you get pretty much everything in it. And there's lots of little secret, niggly little bit, not niggly bits, but there's lots of little bits and pieces with a UV pen. Brilliant. I think, you know what? That sounds cool. That sounds really cool. And I would love to get it, but not for over £1,000. It's over £1,000. You know, I like to class myself as a big Beatles fan. Solo stuff. I'd love to get it. I would love to get it. I would love to have that in my hands. I think it would be lovely to have. The Mind Games album. I love the Mind Games album. I know people have a few mixed opinions on it. I love it. I think it's a great album. I think it's one of John Lennon's old underrated records. Definitely. I think it's great. I think his solo works are very slim. So it is. So John Lennon's stuff is very thin on the skin. So I think they're trying to make up for some of that, which I get with all the bonus tracks and the extra discs. I get that. I haven't got a problem with it. But the big box, oh blimey, would love it. But the price, I mean, oh my goodness, I would absolutely love to get it. I really would, but I can't afford it. I can't afford it. And I don't know how many Beatles fans are going to have to be dipping in some sort of savings or taking out loans to pay for the thing. I'm sure there's payment ways to do it, payment methods and monthly payment ways of doing it. I don't know, but it just sounds me, you know, it's so expensive. It's over £1,000, 1,600 quid, 1,300 quid. That's a lot of money. That's, you know, I've got a mortgage, I've got a family, you know, I'd love to get it, but even if I didn't, I don't think I could anyway. It's still very expensive, out of principle. You know, heading down, like, concert ticket avenue here, you know, concert tickets these days are ridiculously expensive. I mean, I know people who bought Paul McCartney tickets and all they could get was £300 tickets. I mean, what's going on? I just don't get it. don't seem to be in you know, I think we're always in, I don't want to go politically, mentally, or in that direction, but, you know, the whole kind of, you know, times are hard at the moment. Well, yeah, but they've always been hard anyway, I suppose, but I don't want to use that as an excuse. I don't know, I just feel a bit, about it. People getting always about it, and I'd love to get it. I had the same issue with the George Harrison Uber box set. I'd have loved to have got that. I would have loved to have got the All Things Must Pass Uber box set. But it's so expensive. So expensive. I just feel like, you know, the hardcore fans are going to want to get this, and the hardcore fans can't afford to get it. I can't afford to get it. It hurts sometimes. You just think, I feel like I'm being ripped off. You know, people say, oh, you don't have to get it. It's like, no, of course I don't have to get it, but I'd like to get it. I would love to get it because I'm a fan, and you know, and I want to buy these things because I take a lot of enjoyment from them. You know, like a lot of fans, I take a lot of enjoyment from them, but I can't afford it. you know, spending money on a £1,000 box set isn't my priority for my money to go. It goes towards my family, you know, and that's where I want it to go as well, actually. It's not like, you know, but it just annoys me these box sets get announced and they're ridiculously expensive, and then people's attitudes are, you don't have to get it. No, of course I don't have to get it, but I'd like to get it. Flipping heck, I'd like to get it. I don't want to be coming across as ranty here, but I just feel like I need to sort of say it. I don't know if anyone else is saying it, but it's, at the moment, it feels like a lot of fans are being ripped off. You know, we've had the Paul McCartney 3 joke. I think that was disgraceful, really disgraceful. You know, but then again, one hand clapping comes out. I still haven't bought it because I want to go out and buy it from a physically, but by hand. I don't want to order it online. I want to go to a shop and buy the bloody thing. But guess what? I've been to lots of record shops and no one has it. Everyone has sold out and haven't got any in. What's going on? What's going on? These things are either too expensive or they're not in stock. God blimey. So, I don't know. I'm seeing a bit like, I'm watching reviews of people doing it and it looks so good. And will I get the remake, the John Lennon, this new Mind Games remix? Yes, but I'm only getting the 2-disc one because it's the only one I could really justify getting. When I love the box set, the 6 to the standard big box set, yes. Would I like the massive box set? Yes. Am I gutted I missed out on George's Uber box set? Yes, without a doubt. I'm bitter and angry. Oh, blimey. Never mind. But, you know, I'm looking forward to this remix. I am getting it. I'm looking forward to hearing it on my sound system. Because I do like the 2010 remaster. And I really do like that. And it's going to probably very likely be my go-to. It's not like the Beatles remastered, stereo remasters, where the drums are in one speaker and everything. You know, it's not like that. These mixes are pretty good. Even the originals, it's a pretty good mix. You know, I said, people have said muddy, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but it sounds like the 70s, and I like that. I think for me, it sounds like an extra instrument. I like the sound. And so that is my go-to, and I think it always will be, no matter what. 2002 one, as I've said, I've reviewed that brief just now, but so yes, that's my rant. I just wanted to get it off my chest about the Mind Games thing, and I hope you get the ones you want. Yes, the box looks brilliant, and I'm very envious of all you devils getting the big box, and the deluxe box as well. And also, this is the other thing for me. It's all on download. I can go on Apple and download it for very, very little. So that's also an option I have, which is very likely. But the Elements mixes, these elemental mixes and stuff, not quite my thing. I just want a few outtakes and the remix album. That's really it for me. The big box, yeah, would be lovely to have a little quirky piece of thing for myself. But hey ho, that's life. But hey, you know what? Let's end this with a positive note. Mind Games is a brilliant album, and I am looking forward to hearing the new remix and the second disc of outtakes and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So here we go, Mind Games. Bring on the Lucy.